Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sports Talk with Mac, the show that is anything and everything sports. I'm Mac, and today we're going to be talking a lot of football. To start off, LT is coming back next year, which is good news, I think, for the Jets. He played solid, averaged like 4 yards a carry, and he's a good leader, things like that. So, bravo for the Jets. Carson Palmer is saying that he's never playing for the Bengals again. That changes up my mock draft. And that's good for him. Why would he want to still play in Cincinnati? He's been there for so long. He's been to the playoffs like once. They suck. Marvin Lewis is like the worst coach in history. I don't know how he got an extension. And Sidney Rice is going to be a free agent, which I think is big news because I want the Rams to go after him. He's like 6'4". When he's not hurt, he's putting up huge numbers. He's a big red zone threat. So good. I hope we show him the money. And the NFL Combine was this last weekend, and Julio Jones tore it up. Set like a record. No, that was Greg McElroy with the Wonderlic test. But Julio Jones had a amazing long jump or broad jump, something like that. Ran a 4.39 40 and broke his foot. I don't know if he did that on a broken foot. If so, that's godly. But hopefully he's going to be okay. And we might not get him, Rams fans. Oh well, but if we get Sidney Rice, doesn't matter. And now I'm going to redo my mock draft because last time I said that Champ Bailey wasn't re-signed with the Broncos, and it turns out he got a 4-year extension. Good for him. He's an amazing corner. Panthers, since Nick Fairley had a terrible combine, showed up a little bit underweight. Well, not necessarily terrible, but he showed up underweight and like 2 inches shorter than expected. I'm having the Panthers select Marcell Dareus because they don't necessarily need defensive end help, they need defensive tackle help. And he'll help them out a lot. He had an amazing combine, showed up like 6'3" and 320, like 25 pounds heavier than Fairley, so good for him. He's now my number one pick. Broncos, I'm having them select Daquan Bowers. He is hurt, didn't participate at the combine, but he's going to have a pro day or something like that, so he'll be able to show what he's got. And also with Elvis Dumervil coming back next year, and then Daquan Bowers on the other side, or possibly a D end on that same side, that's something to be reckoned with. Good for the Broncos. Though I can still see them taking a corner, because him matched up with Champ Bailey, that'd be a very, very good defensive backfield, especially since they have Brian Dawkins and are going after O.J. Atagwe. They're both coming out of spread offenses, so you don't exactly know what you're going to get. So those are my top 4 picks. I'm going to do 2 a day, but since I messed up the other day, I'll just do all 4. So Marcell Dareus, Daquan Bowers, Von Miller, Cam Newton. And now I'm going to talk a little bit of hockey. Blues, mainly, because they're the only hockey team that I follow. I don't follow hockey like I do the other sports. We traded Brad Boyes to Buffalo for a second-round pick. I like that trade because Brad Boyes is like stagnant with us. Maybe, it'll be better for him. He can kind of rejuvenate his career there, put up some good numbers. So, farewell, boys. And we also traded Brad Winchester to Anaheim for a third-round pick. I kind of like this pick. I kind of don't because I like Winchester. He's a hard, goes at it every second that he's out there. Good player. Doesn't put up good stats, but he's one of those guys that does whatever the coaches say. Good player to have on the team. The Wizards bought out Mike Bibby's contract over the weekend. You probably heard about this. And now, he's free to sign with any team. And it's saying that he's more than likely going to sign with the Heat. And I really like this because I like LeBron James. You can say whatever you want. I've liked him ever since he was a rookie. That team, the Heat, they need a point guard because they've, it's like the Beatles, kind of. You've got Joel Anthony, who's like Ringo Starr. No one really cares that he's there. You just need him, like you need a center. Then you've got Chris Bosh, like George Harrison. Famous, very good, not great. You've got Dwayne Wade, who's like Paul McCartney. Amazing, but not John Lennon, which is LeBron James. And then you've got Mike Bibby, who's kind of like Eric Clapton in this situation, where He'll just play with anybody, wants to win, wants to do well. That's like, Eric Clapton. And then bam. It's a terrible reference, but it's whatever. And also, they just need a pure point guard. And Mike Bibby's a pure point guard. And he's a veteran. So that's it for this show. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. I won't be making any more Beatles references. Just had to. That's it. Thanks, guys.